a lot of companies are going to go under quicker than anyone realizes. And I think the government don't realize how many businesses are always hand to mouth. Hi, my name's John. I'm the Managing Director of Bidwell Accountancy.
So if income has dried up for small businesses, what can they be doing while they wait for financial support to come through, such as the grants or the loans or whatever?
Okay, so the first thing they need to do is basically talk to your bank. The bank are the first port of call, whether that be an interest-free loan that the government has announced, or whether that be an overdraft just to tide you over until these grants come back and until they become available. The other options they can do is make sure that all of their outstanding bills are all paid as well. So something like go cardless, getting their bills paid in, making sure that their outstanding debt is paid up as much as possible.
Would you recommend that businesses try and create a budget for the next, whether that's month, week, however long you think that that timeline looks like?
Businesses have to budget now. They have to. They have no choice. They need to be looking at it daily, at least weekly in the current climate. We don't know what's happening. Everything's changing from one day to the next. If you're on Xero, if you're on QuickBooks, on an accounting tool, there are tools out there now. Apps are actually giving their software away for free for 3 months. So be that Float, Fluidly, Futurely, you can actually really create a decent budget really quickly, straight away, no questions asked. You have to stick to the budget. It's no good having a budget and then just ignoring it. You have to review this budget along with your actuals every single day. Once the income dries up, then that's it. You need to make sure that you can actually have this. Businesses at the moment, there's grants available out there, but they'll be seeing these grants for 2 or 3 months. So cash is king, and having a budget is key. You've got the furlough wages at the moment. Great. People keeping in jobs, getting paid 80% of their wages. Excellent. The problem is the grants are not going to be available. Government are saying end of April, May. This could run into June or July until the companies actually have their money back. So you need to make sure that you can afford to pay your staff their 80% all the way. And if you have no income, then obviously that's going to be a struggle. Businesses that aren't cash rich are really going to find this tough. Make sure you get onto your cancel as well as quick as possible. You've got grants there if you're on business rates. Just make sure you basically contact your cancel as soon as possible. Some cancels now are even they've actually put out the forms today. We've seen forms for some North London councils are actually giving out forms that they're asking companies to fill in. So it's going to be a slow process because obviously the council workers are working from home. Some of them are in isolation, so everyone's having a knock-on effect. You're just going to basically you're going to see that the starving levels on all of them, HMRC starving levels, are low as well. So again, you just got to be on top of it. Don't bury your head in the sand.
What do you see the other end of this, and what sort of opportunities do you see for businesses if they can weather the storm?
I think the whole how people do business is going to massively change. We've got sports therapy people, we've got Pilates instructor holding their lessons on Zoom, for example. That everything's moved online. You've got these big companies, big massive corporate companies that are big office, big rent spaces in London, people traveling, they're all now working from home. I think the whole culture, everything's going to change. People looking, we've got industries, we've got clients, they're actually saying, actually what we do, we're not going to do anymore. We're going to go into a different direction. And I think we'll see that it will tighten up. It will be a hardship for a while, but just things might go differently. And I think it's going to be an interesting time.
And are there any specific tips or bits of advice that you would give small businesses to make sure that they're in a position to capitalize on that or not be disrupted by competitors.
You've got to be ahead of the game. You've got to be ahead of the curve. We're contacting all our clients on a daily, even every other day, the basis at the moment. We're sending out newsletters, we're sending out emails, we're always on the end of the phone. So if anyone really needs us, they'll just give us a call. We'll speak to them. What we're finding is that our clients are actually sending our emails out to other companies because these companies aren't getting the support from their accountant. They haven't even heard from their accountant in the last 2 weeks. But just that contact. So what we've also done is we've just set up a WhatsApp group. So what's that enabled is that if clients have, I don't know, say if a client needs something and there's a trade local to them that's a client of ours, in this WhatsApp group, they can put it in, and maybe there could be some synergy between our clients and working together. That sort of helps it. The amount of emails, WhatsApp messages, text messages, phone calls, just all of our clients saying thanks for all of this stuff. We had one lady who's a client for the last 2 weeks said, I thought I'd been forgotten, really pleased you haven't forgotten me. And it's just, this is the way it is. I think the world's going to change, business is going to change. If you're an old school accountant, you're not online, you're not on any online software, you're not on Xero. All of our staff on Teams, we've had it for over a year. Straight overnight, we'll bang, no office, let's all stay apart. If one of us gets it, that's fine. If we're all in one office, one of us gets it, we all go down. Let's not do that. We would just, next day, working from home, all the systems, communications, they're all set up. We didn't have there was no stop in our sort of network. I believe everyone needs to embrace this online technology now, starting all the way up from your accounting packages software to if you've got staff, how you're dealing with staff, how you're talking to staff, to whatever industry you're in. We've got electricians that obviously can't go to everyone, but they're actually helping their clients with online Zoom calls or telephone calls, just seeing if it's something that a client can do, then they'll help them do it. We've got physios doing Zoom, online Pilates instructors doing online seminars. You just need to, the whole world's going to think differently about what technology is and how we can do it. For so long, for the last few years, everyone's just been in this mindset and going in one straight road. Now this has happened. If you don't go round the blocker, this coronavirus is a blocker in the road. If you don't go round it, you're just going to stop dead, and that's it. There'll be no more company. You need to make your path round it to come out onto the other side. And companies that are just burying their head in the sand, not talking to their clients, they're just going to find that when this is all over, their clients aren't going to be there because they had no communication. There was nothing to help them. There was nothing to help them through this. I've seen a brilliant idea where people are actually having Zoom conference calls and just telling their clients, I'll be on this conference call between these hours. You've got any questions, just come at me and I'll answer the questions as best I can on these calls. That way, okay, not everyone might want to speak to you, but you're giving your clients the opportunity to talk to you as and when you want. And it's a need to see that your clients can see that you're actually there for them in this hour of need. I think one of the key things in all of this is that businesses should not stop spending. Now, they need to look at the expenditure on what they're actually paying out. If they have something that they don't need or they don't use, then yeah, look at cancelling it or stop paying it. What they cannot do is they cannot stop paying a supplier. The reason is once that comes into play, the whole wheels of the world and the whole cash, it all stops moving. You've got big companies now stopping paying their suppliers. Now, these aren't big suppliers, these are small suppliers, and these small suppliers need their money to actually pay their staff for all these furloughs. They need to pay them for 3 months. So this is where you just need to make sure that you need to keep spending the money for your suppliers, and hopefully you're getting the money in from your customers, and that way all your businesses, all these small little businesses, will be able to just work their way through this. The one person that you can stop paying, or not person, government, HMRC, don't pay them. Just stop paying them. They've said it's fine. You can defer your VAT. They've said absolutely fine. You can, if you have a non-account payment in July, you can defer that till January. That's absolutely fine. Corporation tax, they've actually set up a coronavirus helpline. Give that a call. They'll put you on a time to pay, so you can spread the cost out. What we do advise on this is that, yes, they're delaying it. You will still have to pay it. So we've suggested to all our customers that if they want to do this, and we have suggested to a lot of them, don't pay it, put the money aside into a savings account, try not to use it. If you need to use it, then fine, use it, but just try not to use it. If you don't use it, then you know it's there and you're fine. When that deadline comes and the government turn around and go, we want your VAT bill paid, we want your personal tax paid, we want your corporation tax paid. If you haven't used it, fine, it's there, just use it. Apart from that, it's just trying to keep this whole world spinning.
If you're saying still pay people, clearly you can't pay everybody and you've got to pull back, like you said earlier on your spending a little bit. What do you recommend and how would you suggest businesses go through and decide what they're going to continue to pay and what they're not going to continue to pay? Obviously, revenue aside that you've just mentioned.
I think companies have a very difficult decision to make. A lot of companies might say, I'm not going to pay them because they're a big boy. They can get through this. They have the reserves to do it. I think what they need to do is they need to talk. They need to talk to the people that they owe money to. They need to talk and just go, how about this bill here? Can I pay 50% this month and then 50% next month? Just something, because a company would rather you pay something than nothing at all. I think you also need to look at how you can get finance. So whether it be a government grant, an overdraft, a loan from the bank, just any sort of income that will just tie you over. We've got business coaches on our books that are saying get a year's worth of income in as a loan. Now, that might be a bit extreme, but we don't know how long this is going to go on for. So we need to make sure that every single one of us has enough cash reserves to get through this. But again, that's making sure everyone has enough cash reserves. So it's not just looking at you, it's looking at, okay, I might employ someone who is a one-man band who has to feed family and everything else. So we need to make sure that they're all taken care of. So we're doing this for our whole industry. We're in our whole company. It's not us versus all of our clients and making sure we're getting all of our clients' money. We need to make sure that all of our clients get through this and making sure that they're all able to go through and get through this barrier. And then on the other side, we all just grow together. If you want to know more details, then either give us a call. Telephone number is 01908 380 391, or drop us an email at info@bidwellaccountancy.com.